What's up, everybody, and thank you for listening to Mastering the Mindset. My name is Dariusdotch, and I'm an actor, hip-hop artist, and fitness and life coach. And I'm here to personally help you train and improve your mindset so that you can, 1, become the best version of yourself mentally, and 2, gain focus and motivation to be able to take action and achieve the success in life that you want and deserve. Before we get started, please like and subscribe to my channel, and at the end of this episode, if you liked it, please share it with a friend or a loved one or someone who would benefit from hearing this message. I'm so glad you're here, and I'm ready to go on this journey with you, and that journey begins now. So today, we're going to talk about ways to really hone in on being more focused and driven. Those are the 2 biggest obstacles when trying to achieve things and work on goals. Staying focused and keeping that drive inside of you going. Now, some people may make it look easy, but let me tell you, which I'm sure you already know, but it ain't easy, right? It's hard. We have ups and downs, and we have setbacks. It's not just you. So today I'm going to give you a tool to help you get more focused and stay driven towards the goals you have in life. And I want to explain this tool in the form of an analogy, something that'll help you when you're trying to make a change or level up in a particular area, or just figure out how to get more excited and fulfilled in the process towards getting to where you want to go. And it's this idea of thinking of setting yourself up with an environment in your head by reprogramming your software to match your hardware. And the software is the program that you're running in your head, the thoughts you're thinking and the beliefs you have, the things you're saying to yourself, and having it match your hardware, which is you and who you want to be at your core, the honest version of yourself and who you want to be. And it's an analogy that's really helpful and really easy to process. So let's get into it. So in order for us to use this software hardware analogy, we have to first think of an area in our life that we want to level up, to crank it up a notch. Maybe it's your health or your marriage or how you show up in your career. Maybe it's you needing to get out of your own damn way. Maybe it's that side hustle, whatever it may be. Now, the first thing we have to do is acknowledge that you yourself are not actually the problem, because you can make this happen. There is nothing wrong with you that will absolutely make it impossible for you to achieve your goal. But the problem is, more often than not, the software you're running on your existing hardware won't allow you to perform in the best way possible to get there. Because if you have a dream or a vision of wanting to improve your life in a certain area, you are definitely capable of making that happen. But you might be unintentionally running some old software that's holding you back. So first and foremost, let me say, yes, you can change and you can accomplish that goal. And I'm going to show you in 4 simple steps. Number 1, first you want to analyze the current software you're running. And if I'm being honest, a lot of times the software I'm running in my head comes in the form of an excuse and a story when something doesn't work for me. And typically it's a combination of an excuse and a story that I'm not proud of, meaning I wouldn't want to say that out loud. Because look, we are our own worst critics. So maybe you're saying to yourself, I want to get started on the side hustle, but I haven't because I'm just too busy right now. And that seems like a valid excuse, right? We're busy. You probably have a lot going on. And maybe deep down, your real programming that you don't want to acknowledge is what you're telling yourself. Like, I'm never going to stay consistent with sticking to my goals because I never have in the past. I don't even know why I try. Now, you would never say this out loud, right? But the I don't have time excuse is giving you permission to not go for it. But really, we have to fix that software because that's not conducive to where we want to be with our goals. It's really working against you. And not just with time. We don't achieve goals or go after them when we feel like we don't have enough money to start something, or when we don't know how to do something. The not having money or not knowing how is the excuse that, again, seems very valid, but deep down underneath, it's the programming, it's the software that's telling us things like, if I go for it, maybe people will make fun of me. Or if I go for it and I fail, I'll be really embarrassed. And I hate being embarrassed, right? We all hate that. So what's really happening is we're using this lack of money or time or knowledge as our excuse, and it gives us that permission to slip. It gives us permission to not go for it because we know it sounds valid, right? But we need to fix that software. We need to change that belief underneath that excuse. And I want to say this real quick. You may have some software that you've been running for so long and believing for so long that you don't even think you're capable of changing it. But you are. You might be saying to yourself, well, hell, I had this goal before and I didn't get it done then. So what's the point of even trying? You might be saying that to yourself. And that story is bullshit, because at any moment you can draw a line in the sand and change that narrative and upgrade your software. And the thing is, it won't be easy. Hell no. It's going to be hard, because what's happening is your brain is looking for evidence that prove that what you're telling yourself is true, to reinforce your current beliefs. So it's really important that we take step one seriously and that we really analyze our current software that's running. And from there, we can ask ourselves, okay, what is the excuse I see myself using a lot? And beneath that, what's the story I've been telling myself that I actually believe? And once we figure that out, we can start to do something to change it. So let's start there and move to number 2. And that is, once we figure out the hardware we say we want, figure out if that is actually what we really want. What's up, what's up, what's up? I want to take a quick moment to say thank you so much for listening to this episode, and to also let you know that this podcast is 100% donation driven, which means it's completely funded by you, the listener. So if you like the content I have to offer, I would love it if you can make a donation and you get to pick the amount. I left links in the description of the video as well as my homepage. You can choose which way benefits you the best to donate. And if you need more options, please feel free to email me at dariusdotch@gmail.com. That's dariusdotch@gmail.com. Again, thank you so much for being here, and let's get back to it. Because if we're going to rewrite the software with something that matches our hardware, which is who you want to be at your core, we need to make sure that it's something that you actually want. Because you're more than likely not that person yet who accomplishes the goals you want to accomplish yet. And because you're listening to me, which means you care about growth, you care about making a change. You're trying to level up. You know that you're a work in progress when it comes to who you want to be and the things you want to achieve. Maybe you want to be a fit person, a morning person, a savvy business person, somebody in a happy marriage, a successful speaker, a top performer at your company, right? And it's these I statements that even if you don't think or have accomplished them yet, it still what makes up who you are to your core, that hardware, because these are the desires you have and who you actually want to be. So we've got to be honest with ourselves. Who do you really want to be? Not who you've been, not what somebody told you you are capable of, not what someone else's goals are, but who you down to your core want to be. That is your hardware. So let's be sure that we move in the right direction, because direction is more important than speed. And once we know the software we want to run and we know the hardware, then we can move on to number 3, which is where we match them together. Number 3, match the software to the hardware. And let me say this. You can't fake it. I actually don't like the whole concept of fake it till you make it, because at the end of the day, you are the one in your head and you know when you're lying. You have to actually believe that you can change. You have to believe that you can rewrite that narrative, which for the sake of this conversation is the software. You don't have to have absolute belief in yourself and be 100% certain, because we all have doubts, but you have to at least have some glimmer, at the very least, some glimmer of belief that you are capable of becoming that person, of obtaining that hardware, that you can make these things that you want to eventually happen. And you have to know and believe that not only are you being gifted this vision, but you have the ability to put it to work and bring it to life, even if you don't know how yet or have proof that you're capable. And that can be hard, especially if you've tried to make it happen before. And what you have to do is look for the evidence. Look and really search within yourself for the evidence and the reason why this time can and will be different. Because if you tried before and didn't get it, it's going to be hard to try again. Because that software is going to remind you again and again and again and again that you didn't make it the last time. So search for that evidence, that reason why you will make it happen this time. It's crucial. For your hardware to come true, to work properly, your software has to match. And so maybe this time, the reason it's going to work this time is because you know you have been working on yourself, or maybe you'll call your shot publicly. Have other people help hold you accountable. Maybe you'll invest in that course or that programming. Maybe you'll make a game plan and write it out and try it differently. Some reason why you will. A reason that this time is going to be different. And so once we reprogram our software and understand what we're telling ourselves, and we figure out that hardware and are truthful to what we really want, and we figure out and come up with some evidence on how and why this time will be different, then all we have to do is move to number 4, which is raise the necessity to hit that upgrade now button. Because I know you. Yep, I know you. And if you're like me, you see that upgrade software button on the top of your computer and you hit remind me tomorrow. Is that you? It's damn sure me. I hit that button all the time because you're like, today is crazy. Remind me tomorrow when I have more time and then I'll do it. But nope, not in this case. We have one shot. We have to upgrade right here, right now. And to do that, you have to play out this scenario on a bigger scale. Who is going to benefit from you making it a priority to upgrade your software to match that hardware? Who is going to benefit? Will it be you? Somebody in your family? Your community? Your company? Your kids? Your future kids? Who around you will get to reap the benefits of your upgraded software? Who will you inspire? Who will you motivate? Who's going to be negatively impacted if you don't? Would it be those same people? Now, if you can tie the necessity of upgrading your hardware and software and tie it to an emotional reaction that someone else is at stake if you don't hit that upgrade button right now, if you don't put in the work on yourself and become that person who you really want to be, you'll be more inclined to do it now because it's not about you anymore. So let's recap really quick. How we're going to feel more driven and motivated towards our goals. 1, we're going to analyze the software that's running, the excuses, the beliefs. 2, make sure your hardware is really what you want, that you really want this for you, and is it really who you want to be? And 3, match them both together. Make sure they are congruent and working together. And 4, raise the necessity and hit that upgrade button now. Put an emotional reaction to it and give yourself that push to be more likely to do it now. So that's what I got for you today. If you like this episode, please share it with somebody that can benefit from this, somebody who is a friend or a family member, somebody who has goals and is trying to improve their lives. So thank you again, and let's get it in.